This is going to be a quick overview of ProcessMaker and account opening and Treasury Origination on our platform. In terms of a quick orientation, you can see right here I'm looking at a dashboard with a handful of charts related to my account opening. On the left-hand side, you'll see our navigation bar. You can open up, you can see very tailored for this specific use case with account opening, treasury, etc. You can see up at the top right the ability to start new requests as well as notifications that are real time when new tasks have been fired off. And of course, we'll see how all this is going to play out. Now, one of the most important things is that we have the ability to now have a fully online commercial account opening and treasury origination solution. So right now I have a fictitious bank website. And let's say, for example, ProcessMaker's account opening solution is hosted within your platform. You'll notice, for example, a customer or prospective customer can very easily pick what type of account. They can even ask for help from a banker to help walk through the process. For example, maybe they want to schedule a date and time with a banker, and they can pick from the calendar, etc. Or maybe they want to get an SMS contact where they can launch a virtual meeting, or maybe they want to simply continue. Now in this case, it's very easy to put in their information, very simple. You'll notice, for example, there's things like date fields, drop-down menus, all of this is searchable. They can add additional businesses. So with commercial account opening, often there's many to many, where especially with commercial real estate examples, we have 2 or 3, 4 different LLCs that are all somehow affiliated with different accounts. You can add signer information. And again, add additional signers. And then simply, go through the easy to use wizard to pick what they're doing, who the main account holder is, who the signers are, what type of account. They can add as many different accounts as they'd like. Also, they can pick what types of services they'd like. For example, ACH, wire services, mobile banking, etc. And then for funding information, they can simply put in the name of their bank, their username, and that will then automatically provide the ability for ACH to happen to fund the account. They can verify everything's good and continue forward. In terms of documentation requirements, they have the ability to upload themselves, where it's then going to provide a smart document provider where it asks for various different things based off the business rules. They can simply upload those. And based off of this particular request, which includes an ACH, you'll see, for example, it also requires a personal financial statement, etc. Alternatively, they can select someone else. What this will do is they can forward this with a secure link to a third party, maybe the controller, maybe their CPA firm, etc. And finally, a quick review of all the data, make sure everything's good. They can read any disclosures or terms and conditions, see the agreement, and then certify right there and then. Now, let's suppose this particular client has some questions. They can easily click talk to a banker, and again, speak immediately to the banker there. Alternatively, they can simply check the box and submit. To give you an idea then what's going to happen internally, we have maybe instead of coming online, the banker is going to help start this request. So they can search for any existing customers, or they can add a new customer. But let's say they pick an existing customer. All of the data is going to be loaded, and this is going to come from the core system, of course, updated. They can see all of the profile information, and simply add any data that they need to based off of this particular request. Pick the appropriate services. They can upload the information if they already have it, or they can fire this off and send it with a portal to the client. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to send this to the client. The client will get a notification that they have an application to fill out here. We have a secure portal where they can use their username and password, and they'll see all of the information. They can verify everything's good. And again, they can upload the data or send it on to someone else. Now, as it goes downstream, of course, there's a variety of different services that we may be offering. So for example, the treasury management team can take this application as it goes through, set up the account, select the appropriate services if they haven't already been selected. So for example, we know that the client would like ACH and they want to have positive pay. Maybe they want to have blocks and filters. Maybe you want to have wire, remote deposit capture, even cash services, things like that. After they've been selected, you'll notice only the things that have been selected. We now need to set up all of these. For example, the ACH limits, various different questionnaires, any addendums. They can set up the filters, positive pay, etc. And of course, there's other services that we're adding on here. For example, cash services, which accounts, and this can be one or multiple accounts. What's the physical location to pick up the cash, days of the week, etc. And once they're done setting up the different services, they can add different roles for the online banking. So they can pick who the user would be, what type of user they are, maybe different information. Maybe they can have various different slicing and dicing of what they're allowed to do. Additionally, maybe for electronic transfer, they can be an initiator, an approver, maybe both, etc. And then what point of contact they are for various different services. Then everything gets reviewed and finalized. Now, all of this is able to be easily configured for the individual institution. Each institution will, of course, have different roles, different services, different account types. All of this is just done simply during the implementation to really tailor it to your particular institution. Hopefully this was a good overview. And just to give summary, of course, all of this data then feeds into our queue where we can see exactly what's happening when and where. You can drill down to the data level and see exactly where things are, what the status is. You can send this forward, schedule reminders. Maybe you want to be notified once a week, every Monday, or even turn on real-time notifications for any of these components. Hopefully that was a good overview of ProcessMaker's platform and the account opening and treasury management solution.